Hey, this is Jenny Jones. How are you guys doing today? Small business coach here. Wanted to give you some juice tonight on your business and showing you some of the different areas. Please right? If you like my mic tonight, and I've been doing a couple of lives lately, been having some mic issues, but I'm back in the game tonight. Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can actually hear me and let me know how things are going. I want you guys to be live tonight in your interaction, asking questions, but I'm going to try to move through because I want to take you some places tonight that I've never taken you before online. So that's going to be important for you guys to be able to check it out. So it's going to be serious tonight. Tonight is your night. So if you're tuning in tonight, you're tuning in live. Live, you're going to benefit. If you're not tuning in live, you're going to miss a lot of things. Um, you may not even be able to get this for free access. Um, all right, can you guys hear me? Thank you, Perry, for upgrading to hack. Sounds good. You like that? Yeah, man. Yeah. You listen, I'm down, man. But I told you guys I would not be down for long. So I gotta be clear tonight because I got some fire tonight. I think all the different lives that I've done in the past, there's never gonna be a live like I'm gonna do tonight. This is from my ideation lab. What I want to do is take you inside the brain and some of the things that I'm able to work on and concentrate on. So, ready to get started. Make sure you guys give me that thumbs up. If you guys give me the juice, right? If as long as you guys always giving me the juice, I'm going to be able to give you juice back. If you guys are sitting right, there are those people that just show up to collect. And that's a challenge. Some people just show up and says, you know what? I want to see how much I can get for free. When do we get into this free mode, right? If someone's giving you um, over 2 decades of experience and all of that, if they're giving you that, you got to give them some love with something, right? If the person just be asking for a thumbs up most of the time. Right. So this was a last minute. I did go live. This was last minute, but nonetheless, I am live. All right. So let's get into it tonight. Now, so what I want to do is some people may be familiar, some people may not be familiar with a tool called Brilliant Directories. I start from the top. Brilliant Directories is probably one of the most powerful directories that are out and or available to the public or for us to actually utilize the software. Now, I've seen a couple of different directories around. They have not looked as good and as polished and as well put together as Brilliant Directories. Now, where does a Brilliant Directories fit in your business, right? Excuse me, where does a Brilliant Directories fit in your business? So a Brilliant Directories fits in your business as a total ecosystem and or a revenue or profit center, right? And so when I'm designing different layouts for clients and going over different things with them, I say, hey, where's the profit center? Where are you going to be making uh, where are you going to be making money from, right? Because you got to have a hub, right? And even if you're designing, and I'm going to show you some of my design techniques that I'm going to use tonight. I'm excited for you guys tonight, man. I got something nice lined up for you guys tonight. But um, I start with I do what's called a spoken hub setup. That's the way I had to develop going into 25 revenue streams now. Uh, I added 3 more last week. So I'm about at 28 revenue streams, not to try to impress you. It's just that it kind of grew that way. Um, one of the things you need to do is don't go into business. And I think I said this if you have my Marketing Mondays podcast, I shared in the last episode. Don't let your passion pimp you, right? A lot of people says, "Oh, I'm going to do business because I'm passionate about this." Yeah, but if ain't nobody buying your passion, then where you going? You're not going anywhere. You are still doing something you love to do. That's almost like people saying, "Oh, I want to um, donate over 50% of my profits." Get profitable first. so that you can get to that opportunity to be able to give away, more money that you can imagine, right? I'm not saying don't give money back. What I'm saying is don't come out there and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give away 50% of my profits," right? If you want to start and go off the traditional 10% because you have to get to the point where, um you personally have to be able to give money back because if not, you're gonna write a check to a charitable organization or you're going to write a check to the IRS. It's kinda how that works. So as far as a business, a for-profit uh, have to earn revenue, right? So if you want to start a nonprofit, I have no problems with that. But a nonprofit, even in itself, have to go out and hustle money because they have to hustle donations, right? So a lot of people, you need money to run a nonprofit. That's the crazy thing. Money makes the world go round. I don't know why people haven't figured that out right. So, all right. So thank you guys for the thumbs up. We're going here. We got about a couple of people are tuning in here, got a couple of different channels. So let me go ahead and get into the news, right? Um, all right. So first thing I want to show you, um, let me bring it up on my screen, right? This is from one of the series. I teach a lot of different series, a lot of different things here. Let me just, I'm going to take you through. This is about a 3 hour class. I just kind of class that I do the series, but this is something I want to share with you guys. Not the whole thing, but I do want to give you a piece of it right here. This is gonna set the table. Um, is it me or Jimmy breaking up a little bit? Am I breaking up? I shouldn't be. I should be good on my end, Gary. Maybe it started breaking up when I added another slide. So yeah, keep me posted. I can hear on my end. That doesn't sound like yes, you're breaking up a little bit. What is going maybe. Well, I don't know. Alright, so let me see. Oh, my sound was good. Noise suppression, uh, auto gain and control. Better? Is that better? Can you guys hear me? Is that better? I turned off, uh, I turned off something else, and hopefully that helped out a little bit. Let me know, just let me know in the comments, did that work out a little bit better for you guys? Hopefully that worked out. I have no idea what's going on. I can't even figure. Let me see. Should be good. All right. We good? Let me go ahead and move forward with this. All right. So boom, boom, auto gain off. That's weird. All right. So let me get right here. Hello. Hello. Yeah, we should be good. No chopping, but you sound so far away. My volume is at 100%. That's weird. All right. So let me, if I sound far away, hold on. Is that better? Hopefully that, is that better? I don't know if that's loud enough. All right. I want to get into the presentation. And I apologize for that. I started out good. I don't know what happened. I think when I start adding screens and stuff, I need to run this off of my most powerful Mac. I haven't did that yet. I don't want to change my whole setup. All right, so much better now. All right, so I gave it a little bit of gain on my mic. All right, so this is a series that I do. It's called How to Develop a Marketing Plan. I'm going to show you a couple of different questions, and I'm going to start here because um, when we look at a tool like Brilliant Directories, right? We look at a tool like Brilliant Directories. We have to figure out how we're going to launch this, right? So I've been working with a lot of people. A lot of people says, "Oh, I want to start a directory that helps people find their dogs or their cats." I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm just giving you an example, right? You have to think about, is there demand for people needing to find their dogs or cats, right? Because if there's no demand for people wanting to find their dogs or cat, I want to start a directory for lost dogs, and I'll put up photos of them. I don't have a problem with that, but in where you're at, um are people looking for dogs or cats. Let me give you an example, right? So I've said this, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 times, and those that are in my coaching programs, they know. So I always this is my go-to statement when it comes to growing your business, and definitely a directory. It doubles down. The internet and social media is the ocean, right? So the picture on the left side, that is the internet, that is social media. And I think by getting access to that, and Facebook giving us the tools to market to wherever we want to market to, it doesn't mean you're going to change the world if you try to get to all these different people. Definitely when you're first starting out, right? And I say here, master your pond, your local service area, or your zip codes first. Master that, because what happens is you're going to go through a lot of growing pains. If you can master your own pond off to the right, that's a small pond, but then that's a small ocean. Most people, most of the clients that I've sat with, most of the coaching clients that I've met with, most of the workshops that I've sat in, everybody's trying to get the ocean. You're not going to get the ocean, not starting out. You're just not. I don't want to sound so negative. I want you to be positive. Even when I work with my clients, I tell them is listen, let's get a small win. Man, can you master your zip code right where you're at? The reason why that's easier to do is because you're going to know those areas a lot better. Let me know if that makes sense, right? Give me a thumbs up, or that's does that make sense, or are we just talking here? Does that make sense, right? For us to say, hey, you know what? Let me master right here, and maybe my zip code, and maybe out 10 or 15 miles, right? Um, Once you do that, once you get your name recognition, not only just your name recognition, but your credibility, your domain authority in your own local, then you scale. It's almost like blowing a balloon. You go, tss, tss, tss. That's really how you scale. Hope you share more about how you built out your membership using social juice Brilliant Directories. Yeah, I mean, going to be doing I'm gonna give you a couple of different tips today, so stay tuned, Vince. Appreciate it. And so once you start doing that, that's when you grow. The problem is, and where we burn through a lot of money, where I burned through maybe 20 grand, and I'm being honest with you, as I was trying to figure out, you know, Facebook, how everybody kept saying, "Oh man, it's an ATM machine. You put 20 in, you get 40 out. You put 20 in, you get 100 out." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's great." What I was not realizing, I had to go back through school and get recertified and learn some other different things. And I was like, "Wait a minute, I was going about this all wrong because I kept trying to dive an entire ocean." Everybody needs what I have. Everybody needs it. No, not necessarily. Master where you're at, right? And so I talked about that. Now, a test time comes, right? Let's talk about it. So, what I want you to do is take a look at this, what I have on the screen. I don't know if I can zoom up. I don't want to break anything right now, but there's three businesses in front of you, or three businesses. There's business A, which is the first one. There's business B, and there's business C. What I want you to be able to tell me is which one do you think will be most profitable? So let's go through it just in case you can't see it. Yes, that was your main point in your referral class, small pond direct. Yes. So how's that referral class working out for you? That's another story. If you can share if you want. The unlimited referrals, I did my best, some of my best work there in that particular course. So thank you for sharing that. So let's look at business A, business B, and business C. This is again, I'm going somewhere with this. Again, when I go into the lab, these are the things that I think about when I'm getting ready to start teaching. Let me make this screen. Let me see if I can make this larger if I can. All right. So let's look at let's look at company A, whichever one you think it is, just put it in there. A, B, C, A, B, or C. So the first one they have an overhead cost. Business A has an overhead cost of web pages and everything else, about 5 grand a month. They do about $1,000 in marketing and flyers. So that's about a total of $6,000. Total for new customers is 100 customers. So that calculates out to about $60, right? Um, and then let's look at business B. Their overhead and web pages and marketing is about $5,000. They have their marketing and flyers and all that other stuff run them about 3,000. So it's additional 2,000. So that's about $8,000. The total new customers they brought in is 1,500. Um, so then the CAC um, is five dollars and 33 cents. All right, so let's look at business C. I want you guys to put in the box. If you don't understand this, I'm gonna break it down to you. I just want you to guess at this point, right? This is what I do. I'm always teaching and running my lectures or my live lectures. I wanted to give you guys a taste of what I do here in the idolization lab. So let's look at business C. Business C, overhead. If you put in an answer, don't say the reason why, just put in an A, B, or C, right? I want others to get an opportunity to kind of figure things out, and we're going to go back through it. So, and we're going somewhere tonight with this. Trust me, I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to go in the lab and I'm going to show you guys some different things. Um, so, overhead web pages for the customer three is 5,000. You can't ask any questions. I gave you all the information you need, Perry. Come on. So the customer C overhead web pages, $5,000, right? And marketing and flyers is 2,000. So they're out $7,000 a month. 500 new customers, and then CAC is $14 there. So A, B, or C, which one is more effective, you think? So Perry says A, Vin says B. Uh, Brightelia, what do you say? Who else is out there? Who else is out there? What do you guys think? Just put A, B, or C. There's no wrong answers. I just want you to understand the concept here because we're talking about brilliant directories here, which is one of the most fascinating directories that are out there. I think everybody needs to own at least one directory. Any other answers, dear? You guys got any other answers? We got business A, business B, business C, right? So Alpha Blueprint says B. Alpha Blueprint in the house. Appreciate you showing up, sir. All right. Anybody else? Ray Talia. God, I haven't seen her in so long. So she says B. Terry says A. All right. So let me go ahead and tell you guys what it is, and we'll talk about it. Actually, let me go. I'm gonna go the CAC. Okay. So what the CAC is, the customer acquisition cost. How much does it cost you to acquire a customer? So the answer is actually B, because the customer acquisition cost it cost them $5.33 to acquire a new customer. So just to give you an example, because you have to have how many based on the solution that I did for business B, I had $3,000 in marketing and flyers. I spent over $3,000. I spent the most out of everyone else, but I brought in 1,500 new customers, right? I brought in 1,500 new customers. When you do the calculation, I'm going to show you the calculation on the next slide. But I I spent 8,000, but I brought in 1,500, right? Um, customer, I mean, business A spent 6,000, but they only brought in 100, right? Customer C spent 7,000, they only brought in 500. But I spent 1,000 additional dollars and I brought in 1,500. So when we look at the customer acquisition cost, it cost me $5.33, right? That's how much I paid for each customer, right? Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. So does that make sense for you, Pierre? You understand that the customer acquisition cost, how much is it costing you to acquire a customer? That's always been the challenge. And even when I'm teaching my workshops in my classes, hey, listen, do you have enough money or do you have enough time? Which one do you have more of? Right. And what I find is people say, hey, I'm trying to my business. I got a side hustle or whatever. I don't have the time. Oh, okay. You have this is a side hustle. So the money you're making on 9 to 5, you should have enough money to cover your costs to start trying to run ads or deploy a different strategy because you don't have enough time to create content. Right. And what I've said, and I say in my on my podcast, my Marketing Mondays podcast is listen, everybody's a digital marketer. Everybody's a content creator. You must be a content creator, right? Because if you're a content creator, you can lower your cost of acquisition, right? Now you got to just spend time. I don't want to be on camera. Well, it's going to be hard for you unless you got a lot of money, right? But then if you try to go into ads, you have to have a proven concept or a um, proven concept or a proven funnel to convert, right? And you can't test that out just putting money out there to test. You don't do beta tests. You don't do beta tests on your funnel running ads. You try to perfect it at the lowest cost and then you scale it up, right? All right. So this is how your customer acquisition cost breaks out, right? These are the this is the stuff that because I'm a finance major and a marketing major, these are the things that I understand. This is why I don't have a problem growing and scaling because I understand that. So the customer acquisition cost is your overhead, everything it takes to run your business. Person says, okay, so what's overhead? Listen, when you come into your office and you turn on the lights, everything from that point on is all overhead, right? It's overhead, everything that costs, right? The envelopes, the phones, the internet, everything is overhead. So you take your overhead and your inventory, right? Whatever you have on the shelves or whatever you may have, and or um, your overhead still it can be your internet costs, your cost to do your landing pages and all that, and you add that to your cost of marketing, right? What am I paying for cost of marketing, right? Am I running an affiliate network, right? How much is it costing me to acquire new clients, right? And the cost of marketing. You add those two together and you divide them by how many customers you acquired that period. And that's what I was basically saying. We acquired in a monthly cost in the prior screen. We acquired if we did this on a monthly basis if I put out 8,000 for customer B, if I put out 8,000 and I acquire 1,500 new customers and it costs me 5.33, right? Then that's my cost acquisition cost. So I wanted to share that with you guys as we get into because now that people are kind of showing up, you guys warmed up. Was that good? Was that good stuff? Was that good juice? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. All right, so we're going to get into it here. All right, so that was some good stuff. Now let's get into wanted to make sure that you guys got that. Let me see what other slides. Can I show you anything else from my course? No, that's it. All right, so let's get into now we're going back to our Brilliant Directories breakdown. All right, so let's look at this particular slide here as we're at the halfway mark, got about 20 minutes left. Then I'm gonna leave a good Q&A at the end. Um, all right, so let's talk about this. All right, so if we have our brilliant directories and it sits right here, and we already talked about fishing in a pond and not the entire internet. Once you master your particular area, you scale out. So depends on what kind of plan that you have or what kind of memberships that you have. The reason why I like um, the reason why I like um, Brilliant Directories is because it's a complete turnkey solution. A lot of people are trying to figure out what kind of business to start, right? What kind of business should I start? I don't have a skill. I don't know anything. I didn't go to school. I dropped out. I just became an Uber driver. I dropped out. I became a YouTuber. There's nothing wrong with that. Any of those things could work for you. But if you wanted to start a business or a digital business, Brilliant Directories is a complete turnkey solution, right? When I say turnkey, it gives you everything you need to make money, right? It gives you everything you need to make money. You don't need anything else. You add water, you put it in the microwave, put it on 2 minutes, you take it out, you're done. You're good to go, right? And one of the challenges I think everybody needs to know is they like, gosh, I have so much power in my hand, right? What should I do? What should I build? Let me give you the secret, right? The secret is you build what is needed, right? Um, you have to understand. That's why I say you have to understand your market. So the area of the market that I'm in, I'm gonna kind of just show you really quick what I did with my Brilliant Directory. The area of the market where I'm at is we're not near beaches, but there's beaches in California. Um, are there surfers here? Yeah, you try to see what people are searching for in the area. There's surfers here and things of that nature, right? Just give you an example. So we have a very small knit community, very tight community, and what Brilliant Directories does, that's why I said start at a small area. It doesn't have to be community, but it does have to be a niche. So niche, such a demand niche, right? I think an overflooded niche would be real estate, right? I think everybody has some type of real estate, um, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's kind of overcrowded unless you're bringing something and doing something different. So I look at this, right? And the way I run my stuff is I'll have like an influencer soft that sits at the top, right? What insurance influencer soft is, people keep saying, okay, so where does influencer soft sit and then Brilliant Directory sit? Brilliant influencer soft sits at the top because influencer soft actually becomes your traffic cop to how you want to direct your traffic, right? So because I run multiple brands, how else can you get or scale to 28 revenue streams? I have these different disciplines. I have this background in all these different areas. So I try to keep everybody separate, try to keep every email different, every landing page different. Is it confusing? No, I have fun doing it because I never get bored. I never get burned out because I'm always working on different parts of my business. Every quarter, I'm moving different parts of my business down the conveyor belt, right? And so I let InfluencerSoft become my traffic cop in doing that. And so what I mean by that is, say for example, when I'm doing my inbound marketing, if I'm doing YouTube, right? Because um, YouTube is my choice inbound marketing, right? But I also do blogs too. You never know how people are going to find you. The thing is, you just want to be found, right? And so I may do some LinkedIn on my LinkedIn pages. I don't do, some people may disagree with me. I'm just not a big Facebook fan. I think they have too much control, right? You can't even do YouTube videos on Facebook. Reason why? Because Facebook wants everybody to stay on Facebook, and that's a challenge for me, right? They want everybody to stay on there, and they wanna control it, and the same as with Instagram. You make one wrong move, one false move, you don't do your double opt-in, next thing you know, someone hacks your account, next thing you know, your account's gone, and I'm not saying that that can't happen to any one of these other platforms, I just found them to be overly aggressive in that area, and I have 0 problems with Facebook. Let that be known. I have 0 problems with Facebook. What I'm trying to tell you is what I've seen from the past and what I've seen for others. So I'm not a really big Facebook fan. I'm not even really that big of a LinkedIn fan. I just found that one of my businesses, a lot of my clients are in that area. So when I start doing my B2B, I kind of pick up on my LinkedIn. When I'm doing my B2C or a business to consumer, I stay on my blogs, my YouTubes. When I'm doing my B2B, I stay in my LinkedIn, right? And so that's kind of how I do it. And any one of these at any one time, I think LinkedIn is perfect. If you're going to run a newsletter, I think it's perfect, right? Because what if you run a LinkedIn newsletter, and a lot of people don't notice, let me give you guys this juice. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Nobody's saying anything in the chat. Are you guys listening? Are you guys chiming in? Or does it make sense? Or I will get your questions here in a minute. So we're down to about 15 minutes, but I'm going somewhere with this. What I do is I take each one of these, right? I take each one and um, I send them all to my influencers off. All right. Not all the time. Some of them already have funnels built where I did before I got InfluencerSoft, but I found InfluencerSoft. I can track every single one of my funnels from InfluencerSoft. So I do try to err on that. So if I were to start a business, one of the things I would not do with a Brilliant Directories, and I'm giving you guys this because this is going to make the most sense and it's going to be the most valuable, right? Brilliant Directories, if it stood on its own, is a decent tool, right? If Brilliant Directories on its own is a very good turnkey system, but Brilliant Directories buffered by other platforms or other ecosystems comes that much more powerful. This is probably the best advice you're going to hear on Brilliant Directories, and you'll never hear this anywhere else. The reason why I know is because I haven't heard anybody else saying it, but it's so obvious. What you do is I'm showing you this, I'm showing the influencers off and all that because I can bring you down. This is just one funnel where I'm bringing you down here, right? I could take you maybe to. another website or something like that, I could do that as well, right? I could do that as well for my influencer song. But if I was to bring you into Brilliant Directories, that's just one way I can bring you in. But to me, Brilliant Directories becomes powerful when you add floaties around it, right? You ever have a kid or I got two kids, man. We used to make sure they got in a pool that had floaties. When you put floaties around Brilliant Directories, it makes it that much more powerful. The reason why it's one of the best turnkeys because if you can bring 100,000 people in for $10 a month, right? You can do the math. Do the math on that Alpha Blueprint. So you have $10 a piece at 100,000. Do the math on that really quick and put that in the chat. Uh, Alpha Blueprint for me, or Perry, or Italia, any one of you guys. Just do the math on that, right? $10 a piece, 100,000. Put that in the chat. All right. So we got the brilliant directories here. So I'm going to show you, and this is how you set up your funnels. And this is the way I was saying is I bring everybody in because I'm putting out content, right? I still have um, other content here where I may have uh, a radio station, right? I may have a radio station, right? That's bringing people in as well. I think you guys know me. I think you guys know I have all of these mediums, by the way. I may have a radio station. No matter where I'm bringing them in, they're going to hit my InfluencerSoft, and my InfluencerSoft is going to direct traffic and send them where they need to go, right? I thought I'd get some help, man, on my math. I wanted to make sure I was right. Excuse me. Um, 1 million. 1 million. Thank you. He says, man, hey, man, everybody know that's 1 million. I just wanted to make sure people knew, right? Because we had $10 per. No, that's not. That's 10 million. That's not right. So $10. Oh, you're right. So 10 times. I did the math wrong. So 1 million. Oh, it's 100,000. I was doing sorry. So it is 1 million. Yes. Thank you, man. I'm sitting here like, man, what is that? I added an extra zero. Sorry. So that's 1 million a month. So people are trying to figure out, oh, what can I do? You can create a brilliant directory with so much that you could triple $10 a month for. But so what are you going to create? You have to create the perfect brilliant directories that people are willing to pay $10 a month for, right? And it's $12 million annually. So thank you, Alpha Blueprint. He's like, dude, I just did the math. He told me to do it. So I appreciate that. So you can literally make $1 million a month, $12 million annually, right? So your overhead would be what? Right? When we go back to the customer acquisition cost, your overhead would be what? Your overhead would be the time and energy that you spent getting people into your brand directories. So the Paronarrow connection, I do have a quick course on that. I'll put that up for donation. Whatever you guys are willing to pay for it. It's a small course that I show you how to do Paronarrow and Brilliant Directories and how you can make a newsletter. So if you got the unlimited referrals, you know how to create your newsletter and make it multiply. Well, Partnero is another tool that you can utilize and grow your directory faster, right? The best thing you're trying to do is you're trying to get 100,000 people in at the least amount of cost. So I'll put a link up for that. That's a total donation. You could pay whatever. I've never did that before, so I'm trying that out for this live. It's a donation. You can pay whatever you think it's worth to you to show you how to connect your partner on your brilliant directories. And that's one part of a series I'm going to do on another piece of brilliant directories as well. So you get your brilliant directory. So let me kind of give you an idea of what I mean by adding floaties around it as we kind of bring this to a close. So your brilliant directories, to me, your brilliant directories should not stand alone, right? So I think that you can go with, um, you can add a Go brunch to it, right? You can add, what else can you add to it? You can add a community or a Facebook to it. And what I mean by that is if we move this down here, go here, we go here. So that's how you can do that. You can bring people in, your influencers off, bring them into your own community that you've developed either on Facebook, off Facebook. There's a couple communities out there that are doing it very well. You do need to have a low cost on your community, right? Because that can start costing you as well. So you can do this. I'll put Go Brunch here because I may want to have people have a different experience. I may want to sponsor some companies here. So I just gave you, I can go sponsor A, sponsor C, these three companies. You think these three companies are going to pay you more than $10 a month, or they're not going to pay you more than $10 a month? These companies are going to pay you more than $10 a month. What you want is the regular members to at least pay you $10 or even $5 a month. That's a half a million, right? So $5 a month. But do you have a brilliant directories that has a lot of juice in it, right? Are you able to create events with your Go Brunch based off the same name as your brilliant directory? So if this is a community portal, I could create a community room. I can do a Friday night live. I can do a Friday night mixer. I can do once a month um, business expose or expo with all the local businesses. They show up and they're there. They talk about it. If you surround Brilliant Directories with a lot of other tools, you could probably surround it with an e-commerce site, right? Or you can surround it with another service. Listen, people, this is what I do in the lab. If you're a client of mine, if you work with me, if you're in any of my coaching, any of my training, these are the things I teach you how to do. You cannot. So your Brilliant Directories, while it is good, I think it has to be attractive enough for me to pay $5 a month to be a part of that. Um, it is a challenge to bring in people for $5 a month sometimes. And we talk about that in some of my advanced sessions where sometimes you need to charge people quarterly. Sometimes you need to charge them annually because $5 a month, if you deliver a lot of service and you have everything in there, then you might want to charge on a quarterly basis or a semi-annually basis, right? That's just one strategy. It's an advanced topic that I do. So let me just kind of show you let me show you mine's real quick and I will kind of close this out. I'll just give you the ideas and some of the things that let me get here. All right, so I'm not done. I'm building a couple of things. Some of you guys may have seen this already, but this is one that I'm building for my community, right? It's right here. But what I did is this is the Grove business. I live in Elk Grove, so this is the Grove business directory, right? So what you'll notice is, you welcome the newest members, have blogs. What do you think the blogs are going to do? How do you add blogs the value? You're going to add your SEO inside your blogs, but not only that, you can charge companies using AI to write blogs for them. It says, hey, you don't have to worry about it. If you're going to get our large premium package, which is $3,000 a month, we actually include one blog in there for you once a month and it keeps you, or you can play for premium positioning, which you could be on the front page here. This is premium. If you want to be premium here and this blog goes back to your company and your company benefits from that, you can do that as well. So that's another way to make money from that, right? So you have your member directory, right? And the best part about Brilliant Directories is you can customize this entire menu. You can customize the background. You can customize these colors. Um, you can do all of this, right? So, for example, this I can sponsor this whole page. This page or this directory is sponsored by Elk Grove Tees, right? Or Elk Grove T-shirts, right? So Elk Grove Tees, right? You click on that, right? Elk Grove Tees, and we'll go to it. Grove Tees is owned by me. I own Brilliant Directories. I own Tees as well. I can have my own advertising banners in there for the Elk Grove T-shirts, things of that nature. So it's just to give you an example. So see how I'm surrounding the Brilliant Directories with other supporting revenue streams to keep it propped up. Because at the end of the day, I do want to get 100,000 people in there, right? That is my objective, right? So we can go there. Um, we can go with an entire um, marketplace we can create. Oh, I didn't. Where's that at? I don't think I put that one up. I think that one's down. Come back to that one. All right, so we can put a marketplace in there. We can put our own social community in there. Bring that up. This is a whole social community I can build around it, right? This is a whole social community you can build around it. So in your social community, what you would do is you would charge a premium for people to have listings in here. This is the community. So you have two areas. You have a community here, but you also have a directory. So you have a business directory and you have a business community. You tie those two together. Now I have a reason to subscribe to you, to give you nine, maybe $10 a month, right? Um, because I have more, I'm not just getting a directory. Directories are free, right? The people can go on Google and search for stuff. But if I'm bringing you a directory and I'm bringing you a lot of juice as a business owner, I'm telling you, we're going to do the articles for you. We're going to use AI and write the blog articles for you, right? We're going to do that for you, right? If nothing else. So, going back to my strategy here is if you, this is a, this, if you're not to think or function like this, then don't do a Brilliant Directories. But if you do, Brilliant Directories, I've uh, been working with a lot of people, and I've seen other people in their Brilliant Directories. There's people have retired off one Brilliant Directories, right? And the best part about that company is they allow you the opportunity. Hey, you want to buy another one, right? And you can buy another one. So once you perfected the once you perfected it there, you just come back and just go buy another and reduplicate it, right? And so hopefully that's understandable. Don't launch a Brilliant Directories if you have not fully thought through how you're going to scale it. Begin with the end in mind. You come up, you map it out. You say, okay, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. I'm going to have information from here, one from there. I'm going to power what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you a little piece of information. And um, I shared this information with one of my coaching clients. I said, listen, and I learned this from one of my coaching clients. I'm not going to bust him out on here, but he did get, if he wants me to give him credit, I'll give him credit later. Um, but, and I didn't even think of it. He says, man, I thought of, letting businesses get in, like these businesses. My philosophy is, hey, sir, hey, ma'am, auto dealership or a dentistry. He says, hey, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to come in for 6 months. Let's see if your traffic picks up. Let's run some discount code. That if you found me on the Jenny Jones directory, mention Jenny Jones directory when you come in, we'll give you a 10% discount or whatever. If that's working out for you, I'll sponsor you for the first 6 months, or I'll sponsor you for the first year. Just give you an example. This is how you get people in. So if that's working out for them, they find out it's working. This is, well, yeah, you know, that's why we charge $3,000 a month for this particular platform. Because if you see that there's 100,000 people in there, and you tell them, hey, this is 100,000 members, right? And those people are coming to your shop. What I learned from one of my coaching clients, he told me this. I didn't even think about it. He says you could sponsor, you can tell them directly. And I didn't even think of it. I have so many things in my mind. Is you can tell them directly who's sponsoring them being on there for free. He says, "Oh, well," he says, "Man, you guys got me on here for free, right?" It's like, it's like, uh, uh, who's sponsoring me to be on that? It says, "Hey, Elk Grove Tea sponsored you. Elk Grove Tea sponsored you, right?" And you'd have to give it your tax attorney. And I'm going to give you an advanced concept. But what you can do is you can, if you're sponsoring companies to be on there, and this is my company, I own Elk Grove Teas, and I'm sponsoring this dentistry to be on there, and whatever that cost is, I can write this off as a marketing cost, right? And this is advanced stuff. That again, I have a master's degree in accounting, finance. I kind of know some things you can do and some things you can't do. Don't go away from here and leave away from this and say, hey, Jenny told me I can write that off. That's not what I'm saying. If it works for you and your business structure, if I'm sponsoring, if I'm discounting, those can be used as marketing costs associated with acquiring new business. That is legal. just if it's structured correctly, I think if contracts are drawn and it's arm's length transaction and the paperwork is substantiating, you could, in your accounting system, write off marketing costs for sponsoring um, uh, Michael's Dentistry. You could do that. So sponsored, powered by, sponsored by Elk Grove T-shirt shop. So hopefully that was um, helpful. That is kind of what I wanted to show you guys today. Didn't really get into the depths of it. I wanted to give you the concepts of deploying your store. That was what I wanted to give you because I don't want people to just be, oh, I can just do that. No, there's a strategy behind it, right? Because you can go with you can run a couple of websites, right? So we'll go website here. We'll go. This is just to get you guys thinking and to show you guys how powerful it is working within the Jenny Jones Growth Academy. So you can go here and then come back and go here, right? Come back and go there. It's a couple different ways you can do this, right? So I could have a whole, even I can go here and I can go Elk Grove Tees. I can just have a website with Elk Grove Tees that even gets you back to the Brilliant Directories, right? I can do that as well, right? Let me see something else I wanted to show you guys. Does that make sense? You guys see that? Was that good stuff for you guys? You guys was able to did you guys to see that? So this is another one of my e-commerce shops, right? And from my e-commerce shop, I love it. This again, another turnkey solution that you can have. But from my e-commerce shop, I can take you to a podcast. I can take you to my growth academy. So from my growth clothing line, I can take you to my growth academy, right? Just from the t-shirt line. You have to know how you're going to diagram it and put it all together, right? So I want to show you guys if you do want to get the Paronarrow pickup. I think, like I said, I put it out for a donation. You guys can pick that up. I'm gonna put it right here, even where you can see where it's at. So Jenny Jones Growth Academy is where you can pick that up. Anything you learn in my Growth Academy. Let me see something here real quick. Give me 1 second. All right. So here's where you can find it at right here. So when you go here, you go to all solutions and you're going to see a couple of different classes I do. But what you're going to see here is it's going to say donation. So this is the Brilliant Directories Paronarrow Combo Connect. It's very short, right? But it shows you the basic ingredients of how you work. How do you make it work? How do you install Paronarrow if you have Paronarrow? Um, I will put links if you need Paronarrow or you need Brilliant Directories. I'll put those. They'll be in the first comment of this stream if you have an opportunity to see the stream. Because if you don't see it live, I I highly doubt that you're going to be able to catch this. You will be able to catch this if you're members of my channels, maybe a tier 2 or above. You'll be able to catch this, or you'll be able to catch this maybe at a separate recording. You can catch this if you wanted to get this on your own. I'm going to make it available here, and I'll put it up for donation as well. Um, but no, I don't think I'm gonna put it up for donation because some people have to pay to even get access. Now it'll be up. It won't be expensive. But this is the Paronarrow Brilliant Directories Quick Connect that basically shows you how to connect it, shows you how to install it, and it shows you what it's used for. Right. And that's the first in a series. I'm gonna do another series and show you how to make money getting people into your directory. So I will add that there. So any class that you take here in my academy, in my growth academy, any class that you take, you can actually download an app and you can take the class on the go with you as well. So it's the Genova Personal Growth app. You can have all the workshops. If you want to get one-on-one coaching or set appointments and different things like that, you can get all of that from the app as well if you join my community, right? Or if you join the actual community here. And there is an actual, um, I do have, um, you can join the community here, free access to the newsletter as well. And when you'll know when my next classes are coming up or when I'm able to do discounts, when I'm able to do any other live events. So, do you guys have any other questions as I kind of close this out? Um, First of all, I want to know, was this helpful, right? Was this, I'll do these occasionally when I go into the lab. I'll call it my ideation because what I want you to do is start sparking ideas. A lot of you guys have used my links to purchase a lot of these different tools, but you're not able or not even at this time to be able to afford to meet with me one on one to kind of deploy them. Kind of wanted to give you a high level. We didn't get into the weeds. That's not really what this was about. It was more about giving you guys an ideation of how to deploy some of these concepts. So hopefully this was helpful. Um, um, so very grateful stuff, folks. Map it out, becomes visually. You can see the vision come to life. Then it's all execution. Yeah, I mean that's. I mean I couldn't agree more. I don't do anything. Those that know me, those who've worked with me. Um, if you're one of my coaching clients, I'll make this available in your coaching portal. You'll be able to see this entire video. Those of you who are not, you'll be able to see it if you're part of any of my other channels, some of my other networks. I'll be able to make this available. Some of my other paid networks, you'll be able to get this. If you want to get this for a small fee, I'll have this entire video for recorded. If you want to get the Paronarrow connection, again, that's up for donation. Paronarrow from your video. So do I need info and linking to BD? Do you need, I bought Paronarrow from your video. So do I need more information? Charlie Mills is in the house? What the heck? It said to be a chance of snow. What's up, Charlie? Haven't seen you in a while. I bought the Paronarrow from your video. So do I need more information? So you don't need, you can just if you needed a quick way to kind of know how the two works together, you can go through and try to figure out and scramble. I don't even think anybody's even got a video out on it. But I took the time to go through and show you step by step how to connect it, how it works. But if you're kind of somewhat technical, I don't think you'll have a problem with it. It'll take you a lot longer. But I go through it in maybe a 15 to 20-minute video, and I show you the reason why you need to put this here and connect that here, and you'll be off and running, right? So hopefully this was helpful. And I appreciate you guys joining me here. This is the first of many. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I do enjoy doing them. I have to manage my time with everything else. But make sure you guys, before you leave, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you want to see if anything that I'm offering, anytime anybody knows me, anything that I'm offering, I'm always going to offer you a discount. If you're following me, you're using my links and all that. I always try to make everything affordable. So I will put in the first, no matter what channel you're watching this on, I will put this. I'll put some different links in the first in the first comment box and within the description of this video. You guys have been great. Anything else? Any last minute comments? Did you guys like this? You guys want to see more of these? Let me know. Let me know. I want to try to. I have 15 people watching now. I need to at least see about 7 comments. Either yes, no. All right. So Vitaly says yes. Charlie Mills with the lazy thumbs up said yes. No, appreciate it, Charlie. I haven't seen you, dude. I kind of miss you. I haven't seen you in my lives lately. And I know I do them these weird times. You got to think, right? So I'm going to tell you. So let me answer this question: is why do I have these lives? Maybe why do I have them so late? I got to finish making my money first. I have to finish my day of meeting with all my clients, all my customers. Now I'm giving back for free. Well, I'm giving back for free. So this is the freest time that I have, right? If once my wife gives me permission, she says, "Oh, honey, you can go live tonight. I gotta go watch some reality show." I'll be like, "Cool, I'm going live, right? Let me know." And so that's why sometimes it's a little bit later, or it's on weekends, right? So it may not be convenient for everybody, but it works out for me to do free, right? So, all right. So you guys like my mic? Right? I've been struggling with this mic. I've had these problems. I bought all this stuff that people told me to buy, and I shipped all that stuff back. I don't even need that. I just need this different things that are in good shape here. All right, so Good to go. Vince, thank you for joining. If you haven't joined, become a member, become a subscriber, do that. What you're going to find out is I always offer value in my memberships. And I think I have members here, they will tell you I'm always offering, I'm giving you some stuff on the shell here, but if you want to get some real value, become a member. It's not that much. I'm not charging $5,000 to become a member of my channel or anything like that. I'm not. Some people charge in their mighty networks to charge like $150 just to be a part of that, and they don't even have value, right? Like, what are you offering me? My stuff is like super inexpensive, less than $10, right? So Mike is good. Thank you. So yeah, I started to lose you guys. I had to turn up my gain, and once I turned that up, I was good to go. So appreciate you guys stopping by. Hey, this has been Jenny Jones. I love sharing. If you want to engage with me, anything like that, again, if you want to pick up any of my classes or courses, if you want to pick that up, Jenny Jones Growth Academy, that's what I do. I grow people. If you're not growing, then I'm failing you, right? And I tell people that if you're not growing, that's a very part of my fabric. I've been teaching for so long, grad school, undergrad. I've been teaching kids. I teach ages 7 to 70. I'm always dropping the knowledge, trying to give people what they need and the juice they need to move to the next level. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate that. Thumbs up, and we out of here. All right. Take care.